Hey everybody, Matt Rudkin here. It's a little after 5:30 Eastern time. Traveling home from Newark, New Jersey. I usually go through O'Hare and then South Bend, but avoiding O'Hare with these nasty storms. So actually up in Grand Rapids. And before I make the quick 90-minute drive home, I thought I'd get you a very fast 2 to 3 minute update on the weather. So we've got this little batch of storms moving through South Bend. You can see them to the south there. Not really an issue at all, but this is the line that we'll want to watch as we head towards the evening, mainly after 8 o'clock. Not too impressive right now. There's hardly any warnings with it, but one thing I want to point out, look at the satellite. Notice the sky starting to open back up in front of it. That's going to be recharging the atmosphere for these to strengthen a little bit. I do want to take off satellite and talk about the watches real quick. So the yellow boxes you see, those are tornado watches. And before you get all worked up, Illinois is much closer to the warm front and area of low pressure. So that kind of atmosphere supports a little more twisting. Here at home, as I've been trying to preach, I continue to think the main story here is going to be straight line winds. What I expect to happen is if you watch radar this evening after about 5, 6 o'clock, the rain in Illinois will gel into a line and rapidly push east. That's the cold front. And when you get a setup like this, usually what happens is ahead of that line, you get real gusty winds, 60 up to 70 miles an hour. It gets really calm and then it downpours for like a half hour. But those gusts of wind, that's what can do some damage to trees and power lines. And that's what I'm watching for tonight. Let me show you two different weather models here as we push through the evening. Now, at this point, I don't really look at models, right? I look at the radar just like you do, and we watch it and track it together. But I want to tell you two different stories here. So this model is known for being a little rambunctious, all right? So take it with a grain of salt. But this is 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock over the heart of Michiana. And by 11, it's already over towards Fort Wayne. Again, right ahead of that, the colorful line is where you get the really gusty winds. This is a little dated model, but it does pretty good. It updates every hour or so. This is 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. And notice how this particular model is a lot more broken up and not as strong. That's certainly possible, but what I would like for us to all go into this evening is the understanding it could be strong with some widespread gusty winds. Will it happen? Not necessarily, but can it? Absolutely, with a setup like this. This is a cold front. I've been mentioning that, right? Look behind it. It's going to break this heat and humidity for a while with highs in the 70s and lows in the 50s and lower 60s. So it looks really, really pleasant as we get towards the evening. All right, I'm going to grab a late lunch, I guess early dinner, and head the hour and a half back home. I'll be with you this evening. We'll track it together if necessary. I'll certainly update my page, and then through the late evening, can go live and walk you through it if they get a little ugly. I'll keep you updated on my social media and, of course, the Matt Rudkin weather app. All right, guys.